Annie O'Brien does a very clever trick here where Bomber mentions two things. Bomber mentions police on the road, or on the beat, and boot camps. Now, I don't know about you, Chewy, but I haven't heard anyone complaining about police boots on the street. Have you actually? I mean, like, I could have missed it.
No.
Have you heard anyone complaining about that?
It is literally the one thing that Mark Mitchell has been right about. Is getting police out of their police station and doing foot patrols and being visible is a good thing.
Yeah. So she does something clever here, and unfortunately she doesn't get called on it, but we'll call her on it. The Bomber mentions two things, and then she basically says, well, you just don't like the result. There's research showing, and then she talks about the police on the beat, which I think everyone's okay with in general, unless you're a really, what is it, ACAB? All cops, I mean, there's people who do that. That's not me, but whatever that is. Absolutely fabulous. Yeah, unless you're absolutely fabulous. And then when she goes on to, and this is really important, right? When she goes on to talking about boot camps.
I'm pretty sure I just heard my wife shout ACAB from the other room.
Good. When she goes on to talking about boot camps, she does exactly what everyone on the right does. She identifies them as an experiment with young people. She says things like, you're just poo-pooing before it's tried. And she uses the word probably several times. So she shows research, or says research as to why cops on the beat are a good thing, which no one's complaining about. And then she doesn't talk any research about the boot camps. It's clever because no one else picks it up on it, but we will. So let's have a bit of a listen.
Annie, extra police foot patrols and military boot camps that don't work. This garbage isn't about solutions to crime. It's about the political theatre of playing up to right-wing feelings.
So there's two things to address, right? Police on the beat, boot camps. Just remember.
Things about crime and punishment, aren't they?
No, I think it's not that they don't work. It's that you and others don't like how they work.
And you and others don't like how they work, how both of those things don't work.
Right? I don't like the fact that they don't work.
Yeah. You don't like how they work. You're not happy with how both of them work.
Both of these cases, there is plenty of evidence that they can.
Both of these cases, there's plenty of evidence. Both, right? Cops on the beat, boot camps, both of these. You're not, she only cites one lot of evidence. So, but both of these, Chewy, there's lots of evidence.
Can work I'll start with the foot patrols.
Yeah, because there's no evidence for the other ones. That's why.
Philadelphia did an experiment in 2009.
Didn't they make a movie about that?
They may have done, I don't know.
Come on, that was such a good joke. Anyway, continue.
No, it wasn't.
Anyway, they 2009 they did they split their city into 120 hotspots. Half of them they did foot patrols, half they didn't, and there was a 23% reduction in crime in the foot patrol.
Makes sense. More cops on the beat, less people doing crimes in front of the cops. No challenge there. But remember, both of these things, there's research, both of these things.
Areas. Since then, various other cities around the US have implemented it, and then miraculously the left comes in and takes them away, and crime goes back up. Essex, by the way, has just started doing them as a measure to deal with their crime. So there's plenty of evidence there. When it comes to these boot camps.
Yeah, because we want to hear that evidence now, because both of them have evidence. Where's the evidence for that?
I really don't want to disappoint people, but I'm going to.
Right.
There is not going to be a van that pulls up on the side of the road and grabs these children, puts cloth bags over their heads and takes them to Guantanamo.
We're waiting for evidence. Evidence.
Catholic Church.
Yeah. This is not going to happen. What's going to happen is that, these specific children who've come from very probably deprived backgrounds,
11 of them,
are going to go into a situation where they've got structure, they've got a bed to sleep in, they've got food when they're supposed to have food, and they're going to learn some discipline, they're going to learn teamwork, and actually it's probably going to be a hell of a lot better than the life.
Probably, Chewy.
Actually,
Probably doesn't sound like evidence. Probably sounds like, I don't have any fucking idea about this. There is no evidence to back this up. So let's throw out some anecdotes and words like probably, which she just promised, like 2 minutes, just promised that both of them had lots of research around them, and the left wouldn't like the answers because the research was so good.
life that they live on a regular basis.
FUQ follow-up question. The 10 YSOs going into military boot camps now will each cost, you ready for it, Damien? You're going to love it, $500,000 fucking dollars. The Oranga Tamariki staff who oversaw the fight clubs that were exposed inside OT youth prisons last year were given 2 weeks training. Just wouldn't it be cheaper to properly fund staffing at these youth prisons rather than spend $5 million on a political virtue signal that isn't going to work? Thoughts?
You've just said that you don't have faith in those same OT people to do these boot camps. So either way, it's the same
It's the military who are
people.
running the boot camps. It's not OT.
No, it's a collaboration with both.
Yeah, they take them there.
No, they are part of the entire process, but it's still the same people. So I guess the answer to that is, do we defund OT and have it privately run? No,
Yes.
that's
Just sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm still waiting on the research for the boot camp. So we heard that yet, Chewy? Because bombers are going to share some research that said boot camps have been tried twice. When it got tried for the first time in the 90s, there was a 94% recidivist rate. Tried second time with John Key, there was an 83% recidivist rate. So there is actual research which show that I can't.
That's just your lefty bias.
Oh, that's
using
woke
numbers.
research. Yeah, we all heard numbers are gay.
Numbers and stats.
Yeah.
Look, we could even go further than that. Like, if you want to talk about what these kids need is structure and discipline and a place to sleep and a meal when they should be having meals. We did that before, long ago. It was called Borstal.
Yeah.
What it gave us was the mongrel mob. And what it gave us was decades and decades later having to do a Crown inquiry into abuse and state care. And these guys want to make it sound like a Les Mills pump class and don't want you to remember that it fails every fucking time. We're going to spend a shit ton of money that could be poured into wraparound care of not just these young offenders, but their fucking families and their communities. But no, we're going to do this because it makes the old biddies that listen to fucking news talk and think the Ram Raiders are coming for them next. It's going to make them feel better.